We're just waiting on you. You tell us what happened.
Just sitting here for 30 minutes.
My bad.
Staring.
Just sitting here for a half an hour. My bad, guys. Yeah, I had a little work thing, a work function this evening that got a little away from me, and I apologize. I was at a little bowling function. It was a charity, Pins for Paws. So for Barks, go adopt a one-legged, three-eyed fucking chihuahua and do your good deed. Raised lots of money for dogs, less fortunate dogs. But I also got hung up. Got roped into some bowling. Fucking tried to get on out of there. Was like, nope, gotta get out of here. Got a thing I gotta do. Gotta get out of here, guys. Fucking buddy of mine buys me a drink. He's like, oh, you got time. You got time. One more. I'm like, God.
I love
Suck that bad boy.
I love how the buddy knows that you have time. I'm a fan.
This is my guy. This is my guy. He knows. He's like, oh, you're good. Yeah, like you got time. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, okay.
It's always the guy who doesn't have to be anywhere that knows that the other person. There's no reason for you to be anywhere because I'm here. Yeah. You don't need to be anywhere but here with me. Yeah, I'm the fun.
Like I started our evening off. Like I saw him. I was like, "What's up, bud?" I was like, "Hey, question. I can't make it to the networking event next week. Do you mind if I let a colleague go?" And he starts giving me shit. He's bullshit, man. Why can't you come? Bullshit, you better he was already fucking hounding me. I'm like, God damn it. So anyway, I digress. We get a drink, fucking finish the drink off, suck it down pretty quickly. And I'm like, I gotta go get my shoe. I gotta go turn bowling shoes in. I gotta get my actual shoes, get the fuck out of here. Fucking on my way, and I was told Wes, I was like, he's been to a party with me. Takes me an hour to get out the fucking door. Can't just be like, bye. All right. Gotta talk about something for, 15 minutes before you get out the door. So I apologize, gentlemen. I had a good time. I got a little buzz going. So
I laughed and had to pause for a moment because I too take a while to get out the door. I too
cannot get out the fucking door.
I have the Irish goodbye. I have to fucking just not say bye to anyone if I want to get out in a timely fashion. I mean, what can I say? I'm a popular fucking dude. People want to say goodbye.
Exactly. Like people want to talk to me before I leave. Like people are like, "Oh no, don't leave," and I'm like, "Oh, I got to though."
Man, there is a psychological breakdown that needs to happen with the three of us because I look around the room like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like immediately, I'm in war room situation. I gotta go. I need to find the 5 most important people to me, and maybe 2 or 3 stragglers that would be disappointed if I didn't say goodbye. And I gotta figure out how to be like, hey man, I gotta get boom, boom, boom. Wes, you could walk in the door to a party and say, all right, guys, I gotta go. How you doing? Gotta go. And by the time you made your rounds through the room, the party would be over anyway. You wouldn't even have your goodbyes are the mingle.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I'm with him. Like it's brutal. Kelly gets on me sometimes. She's like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying. These people want to, and it's not even like I go up to people. Like I'll be saying bye to one person and somebody's like, hey, you leaving? What, you getting out of here so early? Oh, come on, man. And then it's like, oh, well, gotta start that. 10 minutes of fucking shit shooting before I get out of here. It's a nightmare.
We should just start saying goodbye a quarter of the way into the party. Like, all right, I'm here from 7 until 10. I'm going to go ahead and just hey, I'm going to be headed out here in about 2 hours. So I'm going to let you know that. So if I don't catch you, goodbye.
So in 2 hours when I just walk the fuck out,
right?
Just know I said bye.
This is also not only father like son, but also, my older brother, because on holiday parties, mostly the big ones, my mom would sober drive, me, my brother, and my dad. And she would also be like, all right, hey, we're wrapping it up. Get your fucking rounds in. So it's all 3 of us drunk, saying goodbye to very near and dear family members. And then she'd have to give a 5-minute countdown reminder, okay, yep, 5 minutes. And then we'd want to all walk back to the car and say the thing that the other person said to us during their goodbye. My mom would always be, I heard it. I heard you guys. I heard it from across the room. I fucking already heard what you said. I don't want to hear this shit. Merry Christmas.
A drunken male fox volume. What does the fox say? Well, goddamn, you can't hide it. It's fucking clear across the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know I'm quite a force to be reckoned with sometimes, but 3 foxes on the way out the door is probably something.
Yeah. I was going to ask you guys this, and I did drop the seed with Murr. Alan, this is going to be brand new to you, but I didn't ask Murr the question. I said, here's what I'm going to ask you. Think about it. So, for my birthday, which was a little over a month ago, I did receive a $100 gift card from Amazon from my mother. It's been sitting here, and I have bought things from Amazon, but nothing that I deem like, I would feel guilty about buying packaging bubble wrap and boxes that I could put golf clubs in that I'm selling. Like, that's not a gift. I feel guilty about buying protein powder, which I do buy, which I do put in my shakes. Like, that's not a gift. That's like, it's morning breakfast. I'm still holding on to this. I'm having trouble finding something. I just need to pull the Band-Aid.
Do you want me to find something on Amazon to buy?
No, don't do that. You can't just buy. Okay. What I will say though is, you know how sometimes you get this like wild hair up your ass, like, man, I really want that pair of sunglasses that plays music out of the arms, and I can wear them and listen to music, and I don't have shit in my ears. But they're $150. That's a dumb buy. Wait a minute, I've got a $50 Amazon gift card. It's only going to cost me $100. I should do it now because that's a deal. You wait for that stupid thing that you wouldn't necessarily want to waste your own money on, and you waste somebody else's money on it, and you'd be like, that's a great odd birthday present that Stevie got me at that drunken party upstairs.
That mom got me.
Can I get the share?
Yeah, sure. What do you got? Do you have something in your queue? Something in your like Amazon
Amazon
shopping bag that you've been
Amazon? I was like, look, you could make do with one of these, right?
Well, I have some ideas. There is a pretty good like.
Hey, you can get one of these. It's like a ultra bright flashlight for like if the lights go out. Baltimore City's power grid's a little fucking touchy. It's touch and go. So you might want one of these. Look at the gold casing too. It's fancy.
Wow.
You only $69. Maybe you have a little left over. Buy yourself something nice.
Of course, it's $69.
Yeah, go down. Do they sell it with anything? Like, do they say like, hey, like if you buy this, you could also get,
let's
take a look. Let's see what is frequently bought together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frequently bought together, Lube Life water-based personal lubricant. I don't know why. I don't know why you would need that for a flashlight. Oh, you put batteries because deep batteries sometimes are a tight squeeze in there.
Yeah, and it stops the corrosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I wonder if this is one of those like tactical ones that you could run over with a Humvee and it'd still be, ship shape.
It looks pretty good. It's made out of gold, so it's good.
I heard it can take a pounding.
Yeah. Yeah. So pick you up one of those, bud. Look, hey, you can buy all three, the whole set for $99.89. You don't even got to fucking spend a dime of your own money.
Wow. Do they have different models?
Let's take a look. We'll go back.
Go down. They did have more models.
Okay.
As Kenzie Reeves, I've heard of that name before. I think she's an actress.
Yeah.
Thespian, if you will. Mia Malkova butthole. You can get a Mia Malkova butthole. That's a thing.
Oh, so we're not trying to disguise the fact that it is not a flashlight.
Nope,
okay,
we're done. We're done now.
All right.
We're done at this point.
Yeah, I think we're done on YouTube as well.
Well, this isn't going up there.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll get that. I'll put that on my favorites. I have a shaver. It's that wall shaper shaver. Alan, I think you have one of those.
Which one?
The small little red cased, like high powered,
like burgundy joint.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to have one, and they're fantastic for if you actually keep a clean shave.
Right.
I don't really need one these days, so yeah. I used to though.
Yes. Yeah, I have a couple microphones that it's weird. Like I definitely think like, I could get one of those fucking badass Shores that Rogan and every other cool podcaster has. And I'm like, you don't need that. You have a good quality Audio Technica something or other. I don't know. And I have a couple other you don't need another microphone. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe some golf balls next go around.
Oh God, you're gonna buy golf balls with an Amazon gift card.
Maybe if you can get them with Mia Malkova's butthole stamped on them.
Oh wow, yeah. For good luck.
Maybe you keep your golf balls inside it. It could be a good golf ball holder.
Need one. Boop. There it is.
Well, you can get an Adriana Chechik vagina. So that's a thing.
Always wanted one. I wrote Santa last year. That bastard didn't produce.
Really? I think you could just type in your favorite porn star and flashlight.
That's amazing. That not in the world we live in today, but it is kind of fascinating that after you got to one, I was like fascinated. I was like, wow, they took a molding to that woman's vagina. They made a fleshlight out of it. And you've now since read off 4 or 5 girls' names, not with just vagina, but vagina and butthole. Riley Reid. Wasn't she in the news lately?
Was she?
Yeah, I feel like someone had something disparaging to say about some celebrity that they banged.
Oh, I was gonna say probably for getting split in half by fucking a harem of fucking virile African American men.
I was wondering how long you were gonna pause before you picked your words.
This is like, what did you call it, Mer? TTP, time to penis. This is like time to cancel. Like, this is like, we're just like, how long we can go before we get fucking shit
This whole
canned.
episode is not getting aired.
Middle Classholes, everyone.
Sorry I made you guys wait a half hour for that.
Mer Allen and Foxman. Speaking of disparaging things, this comes from New York Post in the lifestyle section. Weirdly enough, I accidentally booked a quote happy ending massage, and these were the red flags. So I personally think this is bullshit. I'm going to preface this with that. But Maggie McGaugh, MCGAUGH, booked a massage after a long week. There were a few red flags. She says, first off, I booked it at 9 p.m. And then apparently someone answered, what employee is working there at 9 p.m.? Then she said, admitted that she walked in. It didn't look great. She said, no doors, only curtains. I definitely got the hidden camera vibes. And then she still goes on, which they said, hey, take all your clothes off. She left her underwear on, and the massage whatever, I don't know, tries to take her underwear off, and she basically says, whoa, that's it. How the fuck does this person not know? Are they that naive? Are these fucking people that just blind to what's happening around them?
Well,
I gotta be.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I gotta be honest with you. I wouldn't know. Okay, I've never gotten a massage because I guess because of all the stories, I always assume that that's going to be offered in some capacity, and I'm not going to pick up on the cues or know the lingo, and I'm either going to say the wrong thing and they're going to try, or they're going to be like, "What the fuck did you come here for?" Like, you know that's what these are. So I'm so anxiety riddled that I've just never gotten a massage.
Well, I mean, you can. There are places like Massage Envy that you can find in strip malls next to Walmarts and Rent-A-Centers and what have you, and you can. I mean, those aren't fucking wishy-washies.
You say that, right? Mm-hmm. But the name Massage Envy doesn't fucking make me think that maybe there isn't a young Asian lady in there willing to do some things. So, like, and I'm with Murrah. I've never had a massage. My reason for not having a massage is totally different. Is not because I'm nervous to accidentally get a hand job. It's because I am the most ticklish human being on the fucking planet, and like I don't think I could ever fucking lay through a massage. Like, we're going to Jamaica, and Kelly's like, "You trying to get this massage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess we can spend $200 on me being like, bitch, you can't touch me." Like, yeah, that's fine. So that's why I've never done it. Like, but yeah, I mean, I think you probably know when you're going into a hand jobby massage parlor, right? I mean, I think. What are the red flags?
Yeah, what I'm also fascinated by is that they had no worries about another woman coming in. They're like, hey, must we get men? But hey, that's fine, cool, free love, man. 2022, let's do it.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like for a chick. I mean, I know what I do. When we're getting the engines all warmed up. I'm like, well, how would that be any different? You're sliding your greasy hands all over. Like, how's that not like sensual? So I don't know. Like, if a chick goes for a massage, I feel like she's probably there sometimes for the same thing, right?
Yeah, I don't doubt it happens. I'm just saying, I'm not like, obviously not nearly as much. This place is probably overwhelmingly men clientele that she went to. I wouldn't doubt that a handful of women frequent there and have been there.
Yeah. Now, if you work at a massage place, like, and you know that there's an extra, like, I don't know, real drippy, greasy $100 bill in it, and all you got to do is like slide on some skin for a few extra seconds. Like, can you blame them for taking the money?
No, hell no, not at all. And I'm really not. I'm not getting down to the morality of this all. I'm just talking about how this TikToker who now has like 1.6 million views describing her story. And it just seems like you've gotten 1 million views now simply because you're fucking naive, which pisses me off. Why can't we be naive?
Okay,
I guess.
Well, what would you do in that scenario? Okay, you're in there and you're, they told me to take all my clothes off. And then all of a sudden, like, Ming Ching, like, starts, like, just going to town. You're like, oh, is this part of the gig? Do you start play slapping her hands away? Or do you just, like...
I mean, if I didn't go there for that, yeah, I'd say, no, I didn't come here for that. If I didn't go to if I went to a massage place for strictly a massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Now
I've
had a few massages, just regular ones. One, the company brought a couple of like ones that you sit on, and then you could get like a free one for 10 minutes. Another one was when I was at a resort and it was paid for. Another one. Now this is interesting. I had like $100 and some odd gift card to a place called the QG. Alan, you familiar with the QG, the Quintessential Gentleman?
Oh yeah, the Quintessential Gentleman.
Yeah, it's like this 4 or 5 story place that has like a bar, a smoking room. They have like a couple like barbers, stylists, people who do straight razor shaves, people who do like mani pedis for men, do facials for men. But they also do it. They also have a massage part. Okay. And I thought it was going to be one of those things like you sit down, kind of semi vertical type thing. So, and it was an add-on. I got a haircut and I got a straight razor shave. And I was like, all right, I got to burn some money, so I'll just do the massage. It was lay on your back with your. I had jeans on at the time. Take your shirt off, towel over your like chest, and this fucking gigantic like 290-pound dude, Samoan dude, comes in there and fucking just starts working you over. And I just like, damn, I didn't envision this. I didn't think it was going to be an NFL linebacker fucking like just jamming the knots out of my fucking chest. You're tense. Yeah, fucking no shit.
God, I can only imagine your masseuse probably needed a massage after fucking working you out there, buddy. You fucking high strung as shit.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I mean,
hey.
Yeah. I've been to a chiropractor.
Experience. I couldn't fucking handle it.
Could you do a chiropractor?
I mean, probably, but I also wouldn't go to one because I'm not trying to fucking die.
Okay.
I've been. You never been to one?
No.
I was in so much pain from my neck and my back. I just like, and there's one like on my delivery route. So I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to try this. It's only like $30. Why not give it a go? I'll say this. It is an exhilarating experience. I'm not saying it solves. I'm not saying it makes it. I'm not saying it solves a whole lot of stuff. In fact, it gave me a migraine for like 3 days because of all the, like, I don't know, the extra blood flow to my head. But that cracking, man, like it does. It loosens you up, and you walk out of there like you're 6 hours into like a LSD trip. Like you're like, the world is great. Oh God, the colors are brighter. Things taste sweeter. Oh, the smell in the air. Is that blood rushing to a part of my brain it hasn't been to in years? Oh, God, I think I'm nauseous. Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh, this headache is starting to kill me. So I don't know if mine didn't know what he was doing, but in the moment, for about 30 minutes, you feel amazing.
Now, I don't know, man. I feel like $30 is really cheap to almost kill you.
Where are you getting this almost kill you claim from? Do you know someone who?
Well, so like, no, I just know that like there have been horror stories and like chiropractic. Look, I don't have chiropractor friends because if I did, I'd be like, you're not really a doctor. But so they're not really doctors.
I don't listen. By the way, I don't prescribe to it. I agree with you.
Yeah, and like, I just don't like. I know enough about human anatomy to know that it's like Mur said, it's a relief. It's not an actual like correct. It's not a fix. You know what I'm saying? Like it might make you loosey goosey for like the next 8 hours, and then you're just gonna get tensed up again. And you're gonna like the reason your fucking body is doing things is because you are fucking up. You're either like fat and you're holding too much weight, or you're walking all wonky, or you got a fucking jammed up hip. Like something's fucked up that you need to correct in your posture or in your fucking walking like fucking gait. So snapping your back in fucking like 90 degrees and letting out all that air pressure, probably great for like an hour.
Yeah.
And you start walking around like a fucking Neanderthal again, and it's all back to fucking fuck.
That's all true. I think there's 2 degrees. They're just like regular doctors. I think there's a varying degree of like chiropractors out there. I've seen this. There's this guy I think he's out of Australia, and he like legit fixes people, but they're coming back to him like once a week for 6 months, and he's tweaking like a slip disc here. He's tweaking a shoulder there. He's giving them a plan on how to like rehabilitate their body. But then there's just guys that like, all right, lay on the bed. All right, throw your hip over and then that noise you hear, I think psychologically makes you think, oh, he must have fixed me. I heard a lot of loud pops in my back.
Yeah,
but there's got to.
Go ahead. You're talking about the guy. You're talking about the guy who does like the Y strap. Have you seen that shit?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, where he puts it under like their chin and
under their
yanks
chin
their
and fucking pulls and extends their fucking. You have not seen that, Alan? All right, I'll get one teed up.
No, I've seen it, but that's like my point. Yeah. Like that's the shit. Like I'd be okay with the guy who's like, all right, go ahead and fucking like throw your leg over. You know, like the stretch you used to do, like pre-game warm up, throw a fucking leg over one leg, and like he fucking snaps my hip down. I'd be like, okay, that's okay, motherfucker. You are not. I am not allowing you to put a fucking a fulcrum, a lever under the fulcrum of my chin and being like, pop, nah, nope, nah. I know what C1 and C2 are, and if they break, I'm dead. Fuck you. I don't trust you, fake doctor. I'm not having this happen. I took anatomy too. We could do it together.
I do. More, I think I know the guy you're talking about because I've seen a couple that he's done. One, this guy comes in with this just fucking stiff ass back, and he's like, all right, this is gonna hurt, mate. But another one, a woman has she's like regular migraines, and he got her so good once that she barfed afterwards, but then immediately said she felt good. But you know, he got kind of semi-canceled for doing it to a baby, an infant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they brought.
You should not be fucking snapping baby bones.
Here's the thing: they brought it in as a what's a baby that cries all the time? There's a term for it.
Colicky.
Yeah, colicky baby. And they said, we've tried everything, and dude, he literally like it's 2 fingers on this baby's back, and looks like it's like that on the desk, and you can hear an audible like tap tap. The baby cries. But then is like 10 seconds later is okay. Cried because it was freaked out. Didn't know what the fuck just happened to it. I'm not saying he fixed it. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is that they were like, no, fucking strip him of his license. That's not even a real doctor's license. Strip him of that chiropractic license. I don't know whether or not he recovered. I do know that he got canceled. Assuming we're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The one I watched is this guy came in, and it's like his chin was permanently touching his sternum. And he couldn't lower his shoulders. And like it took 2 years of going to this guy like every week. And he did it pro bono. And he cracks the shit out of this guy every time. Taking like stainless steel wedges and like tapping them into his back. Right. I'm like, holy God. But then the guy's standing straight up after 2 years. And it's like, 18 years like this. And now I can walk. Like, okay, whether it's fake or not, it fucking worked. And as far as like letting them crack, I got like sciatic nerve problems, and that's like a disc pinching on a nerve. So them cracking that thing and at least getting the nerve out of the way, like if it takes away the pain, like go for it. But you just know what you're getting into. That's all I'm saying. Know the quackery behind the science.
You have to. Okay, so here's the deal. For something like a pinched nerve or something like sciatic problems, okay, I'm not doubting that stuff provides temporary relief, but you have to like go through physical therapy. You have to go through certain physiology movements to fix it long term. That's really what the root issue is. The nerve of it all. Now listen, I fucking know, and I'm going to go to Atlantic City this weekend with my buddy's brother-in-law, who is a physical therapist who does know how to do that. And we just get him a few drinks in us, and he fucking cracks the shit out of all of us. Neck, back, hip, fucking everything. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
There is something about hearing your own bones pop. Here's the thing: if it doesn't hurt, then your mind's like, it fucking must have worked because I heard it.
Actually, the first time I had this done, I had never had any type of like professional chiropractic work done to me. The extent of my back cracking was my friend stepping on my back, which I'm certain isn't the way to alleviate anything, but goddamn, it felt good. And I remember we were at a bar in Newark, Delaware, watching a NLCS. And he's like, "Oh, do you want it done?" And I just laid down right on the bar floor. I was like, "Yep, go ahead, right here." And he cracked my neck and got up, and apparently my face was as red as a fucking Coke can. So, jarred something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Man, this bar seems great. Blah!
I feel so good.
I didn't know I'd had so many Busch Lights. All right. Well, hey, look, jumping into some things. I think it's time for something much more obscure than back cracking. This is families who love their pets too much. And this week's Friend or Foe.
Yes, let's get to it. Wes gave it away, as usual. This week's Friend or Foe has to do with what to do with that beloved furry family friend upon their departure from this earthly realm. There's a taxidermist who has crafted a unique keepsake for a family after the dog died. But Instagram users are divided, with some calling it beautiful and peaceful, while others are furious. So tonight's Friend or Foe asks you guys, is it beautiful and peaceful, or does it make you furious and angry? So after a family's beloved golden retriever died, they found a unique way to remember him. They hired an Australian company, taxidermy place, to turn the pet into an ornamental rug. Maddie, who owns the company, explained that, quote, the pelt has been tanned and turned to leather so the fur won't fall out. Wes, do you have the story up? Because it is a beautiful, beautiful rug. Alan, if you haven't seen it, here you go. There's the beloved former family friend.
Look, he looks like he needs a chiropractor.
A beautiful coat.
Looks pretty loose to me.
Why leave the fucking head on? Like,
why do you dissect? Like, it almost looks like his face got hit with a shovel.
yeah.
Well, it's because there's no skull in there.
Yeah, they just fucking basically pulled the skin sock off of his skull, and we're like, here you go. It's a rug now.
It's Chimera, by the way. Chimera, or maybe Chimera.
Okay, good.
Yeah. In case you were looking,
the name of the dog.
No, the taxidermy company in Australia.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because of Ukraine, I had Crimea on my mind, and I'm like, that ain't it. Some people are saying it's super cute, and some people are saying that this is absolutely awful. But of course, the lady that owns a taxidermy place, it's some people get it, some people don't, and it's not for everybody. So, friend or foe? Is it macabre? Is it dark and terrible to do this to a beloved former member of the family? That would be friend. Or foe? No, it's your dog. Do what you want with it. If this is your way of getting over the grief, fuck everybody else. Wes, let's actually start with you, because you've had, because of the cats in your family's lives, I'm sure you've had many come and go.
I just like,
would Mickey make a good ornament for the house?
Outside the house, because he was an outside cat. I think that'd be such a cooler thing, just like to like guard some sort of like pest deterrent or something like that. I guess like my question is, where does the world of taxidermy strangeness begin and end? Like if I'm a hunter, okay, and I bring home my kill, some fucking goddamn trophy prized 11-point buck that's going to sit in the mantelpiece in my living room. Okay. Like, how much different is that you killed something and therefore it's in your living room versus it was your family's beloved, Fido that these people made a, like, I don't even know, rug, an area rug out of.
I don't know. That's a weird comparison, I think, but whatever.
I'm just trying to bridge some gaps to make my decision.
Well, like I'm saying, this is like, all right, you're using your logic, right? Like, what's the difference between me walking out into the bush and killing an elk, or what's the difference between Waffles, the puppy that I raised and pulled grass out of his ass because he eats grass like a fucking stupid head. Fucking give him medicines because he's got bad joint. Like, I've nurtured this animal versus I literally went out into the wild and was like, I'm fucking ending that thing's life. Like, I think they're very different.
Okay.
I mean, I guess in the taxidermy world, sure, they're roughly the same.
Right.
But like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird.
I definitely there is something weird about it. And not to mention the fact that I've had family members, and Christ, I think my dad bought a small fucking bear. It's like a little brown or little black bear that's like 3.5, 4 feet that we used to
I love that thing.
It's so stupid, but
Taxidermy little like baby black bear?
Yeah, dude, it was like 3.5 feet tall because it came up to like right about my chin.
Yeah.
And then his dad put a fez hat on it, like a Moroccan fez hat, and then it would always be like, you know, if there was like, I don't know, something to hang off its hands, but the claws were always coming at you. And yeah, I'd always get really drunk and go out in that sunroom and be like fucking shadow box with it and shit.
we'd always
That thing's awesome.
rub flour on its nose, make it look like it just did a big line.
But I would say the difference between what you're talking about, like with going out and getting a kill, you're looking at it from the outside because you're not a hunter. But I think if you're a hunter, you view hunting as a sport. And so the pelt or the antlers or, you know, the head, like that's the trophy. I won this round.
Right.
And so I'm going to have a keepsake from that round. But like Alan said, like people that would do this is like a family member. And the taxidermist went on to say the idea, of course, isn't for everybody, suggesting that preserving the pet is macabre. But for others, somebody said, quote, "This is someone's pet. They wanted to keep part of him forever. No different to keeping the ashes of a loved one." And I'm like, no, there is a difference, because keeping the ashes, the remains of a loved one, is much different than saying, let's call up a company and have them skinned.
Yeah.
And then hang them in the corner.
I certainly, here's what I'm going to conclude after all this that I absorbed and all the, thank you for answering my question. And I do agree. Yeah, there is difference between sport and your own loved animal. While I think it's highly abnormal, why I would never spend a fucking dime on something like this. And if it was, and I assume that at some point down the road, I'm going to raise a dog from puppyhood to death, and I'm going to be in love with the thing and devastated when it passes away. I'm not going to do this. I will, in fact, in my libertarian way, say faux. This is not harming anybody. This is not, robbing, stealing, killing, or anything. It's your pet. As weird as it is, it's fucking just downright silly. It's your right.
Well,
I don't think it's like rights aren't really necessarily the friend or foe, though. I will just say foe. It's your pet. You can do what you want with it.
Alan, where do you stand on this?
No, I mean, I agree with him. Do what you want. I think like my only criticism is like, why'd you leave the fucking head on? Now it really looks weird. Like, if you didn't leave the head on, it's just a fucking animal fur, right? You might not even notice that it's a fucking golden retriever fur. But now it's like, all right, well, look, Spike's fucking skin suit is just laying on the floor now, even though we know he's dead. Like, this is a problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing. But generally speaking, yeah, it's your dog. Do whatever you want. Like, I was a big fan of the show Scrubs, and they had a dog in college in medical school, and that dog died. His name was Rowdy. And then they stuffed him, and they kept him as a pet. And they legitimately talked to Rowdy and, like, used him as a prop. So, like, I'm cool with that. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Make him into a rug. Fuck. Honestly, I would make Waffles into, like, a shawl. And I would wear that shit around for, like, Halloween and gangster shit. You know what I mean? I'd be like, this is 100% fucking grade A pit bull boxer fur, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would do some stupid shit like that. But, like, I would take his head off. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I think
It almost seems worse the more you keep saying it in that phrasing. I would get his head cut off. Like, it almost seems worse.
Well, no, because like his head wouldn't get cut off. The head would get cut off of his skin suit once it's removed from him.
Yeah,
so you would have his face skinned, and then you would have it just trimmed away.
Yeah, because I feel like cutting his head off. Like, what if I got to cut his whole head? And then what if the cutting of the head damages my pelt? You can't be fucking messing up this $300 suit. Like, yeah, you can't. Like, yeah. If I'm preserving my dog's fur, I think the best way to do it is take it off clean, and then let's make some clean cuts and some hems. Not lop my dog's head off and then take the rest of his skin. If we're thinking about it logistically.
I think the other thing this photo, how obscure it is. I don't know if they put it on the ground for aesthetics, like to get a good photograph as to what the family's going to do with it. Because from this perspective, it looks like an area rug, and it looks like it's a fucking prime candidate for some Rick James, like fuck your dog, fucking rug.
And, like that's the thing too. That's like a mid-sized fucking golden retriever. That's at best a fucking shower mat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not no living room rug.
No, that's like
10 golden retrievers for that.
That's like you put your coffee table on top of it kind of rug. That's what I'm looking at it like.
Okay. You can use it as like a runner in a small hallway.
And it could also serve as like some sort of prop for Halloween. Scare people.
You have like a minor corridor. It's slippery.
Yeah.
Hardwood. Lay it down.
Like, I get it. Some people are weird and they want this shit, but I don't know. I just feel like it opens Pandora's box to a lot of like really creepy shit. Because like if the premise you're coming to is like it's your dog, do what you want, then why not have it butchered too while you're at it? Why not
make a cloak? Why not make booties?
you could, Alan, you could literally have chicken and waffles.
Yes, I could. It's facts.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ugh, God. A little old.
We're gonna get a small little dog and name it Chicken.
Yeah.
Although we are also gonna get a small little white dog and name it OJ. Well, Orenthal James.
Damn.
Wow, Waffles and OJ.
All right, so Mer, where do you stand then? Where like you never gave an official friend or foe?
I'm against it. I am friend. It's dark, and even though you're grieving, and I feel like because it's quote your dog, the kind of like the options you guys said, like the freedom of like, well, it's your dog. Well, you can't desecrate a body, like a human body. I get it. It's not a human, but all we ever talk about is like, it's a member of the family. It's a member of the family. Yeah, their lifespan's a little shorter, but it's a member of the family. And like I said, you wouldn't skin your grandma and fucking like, hey, she makes some good wallpaper in the dining hall. Like to me, it's just, listen, you have to have somebody. You can't have somebody. I know it's different, but I feel like this taxidermist is like, shit, not everybody's a hunter. But most people are pet owners. I just feel like they're almost preying on the grieving public to perform a service for them.
I feel like you've had a number of, not necessarily cleans, but you've said it a number of times over the course of the last couple of years. We've talked about just how great humans are and how superior we are to any and all other animals on this here planet Earth. And now you're like, well, dogs, I mean, they're members of the family. I thought you'd be like, you know what? That's why we can do that to dogs. Because dogs are inferior to us. We're the masters. They die. We taxiderm them. We make them area rugs and cloaks.
No, I'm not that evil. I'm talking about wild animals. I'm talking about animals that, like, okay, I know what you're talking about. And it usually comes to wild animals that are going extinct. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, fuck them. The dog commands more respect because over eons and generations, like dogs are wolves, but wolves aren't dogs. And dogs, the main difference is dogs can emote because they learn from us. They evolved from our relationship to be a part of the human population in some way. They wouldn't be here otherwise. And fucking wolves should be extinct if it wasn't for our intervention. Dogs, the wolf part of the dog, was like, fuck, if I want to stick around, I better hitch my wagon to this train right here. And that's why they're still around. What did we bring them inside?
What did we do? What intervention we did? What did we like fucking send like airdropped care packages of Alpo for the wolves or something? Did we do something like that? Some goodwill thing?
We moved them. We moved them to national parks, and then when they got too populous for national parks, we moved them back to their homeland where we shot the shit out of them a century before, and then they fucking like they start encroaching on like Montana ranchers' land, and then they start blasting them and getting fined wolves for taking out cattle, and we're like, oh, I guess we better put them back in the national park, and then they start fucking attacking like tourists, and we're like, I guess we got to move them again. And so the only reason they're still around is because we keep moving them around. And so the dog was like, all right, what?
Well, when we moved them, we just lured them into a train with a bunch of Alpo. Just opened the train door, like, come on, guys, poo-poo, let's go. Then you're Alpo in there, right? That's the historical accuracy.
I know how to diffuse your arguments by saying, yep, that's exactly what we did.
All right. Okay. So you're saying that the dog commands respect because of how they've evolved into understanding that we are the master, we are superior, we're A, latch onto these fuckers.
Yeah. Yes. We've bred them to be the way they are. And so, and they're loyal. It's like taking your best friend and being like, I'm going to make a lamp out of your eyeballs when you're done. All right. Ooh, it's disrespectful. No matter how much you're grieving, like you got to let it go, man.
Yeah.
You can't put Fluffy on the floor.
Alan and I have a good friend in the fraternity who just, all he has is a very, God knows who he got to do this for it. But did you ever meet Gunther, Alan, Donnie's dog?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
The little thing. He just got this really cheesy painting that he probably paid $35 for. Some like art student at a nearby college did this kind of like crummy. I don't even know how to describe it. You'd have to take a picture of this. It's a painting of his dog that's very cheaply done, but it's super fitting. I walk by that and I laugh every time. I'm like, Gunther, rest his soul.
It's such a dog that you wouldn't expect that guy to have either.
No, they were an odd couple. That's what made it beautiful. So
yeah, it is.
You want to shave a lock of its hair off or something? That's fine, but don't fucking don't skin it. Yeah. Just think about it like this: if it's a member of your family, would you want them skinned?
I made it clear that I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go that far. Like, if one of you was like, "Turn me into a lampshade," I'd be like, "I got you, bro. I'll read books to your light for the rest of my life. I got you." You know what I mean? Like, but I think it's really all about what you turn it into. You know what I mean? Like, don't throw the fucking skin on the floor and be like, it's a rug now. Like, that's rude.
All right.
That shit's, yeah.
So you're talking about you're talking about turning one of us into a lamp, right?
Well, just something more functional.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or like something that meant more to us, like, together.
Okay.
You know, one of you was like, turn me into a poster and put me back here. Keep the middle Classholes going. Got you, bro.
Merv suggested lamp. I'll suggest fleshlight. You turn me into a fleshlight.
Oh, weird. Who's fucking it, though? I guess it's the week. Just as an ornament, I guess. I'm not touching it. I'm not using it. I'm saying.
It was his last wish.
I'm not using it.
Winkety wink wink. Oh shit! You know what we need to? We've talked about it a handful of times. We need to get some sort of, not even a poll, just an open whiteboard discussion / send us your stories about how people, what they want done with their bodies after they die. We talked about being dumped in the ocean and made a reef out of, or made some like crab have a crab buffet that's for the crabs, not us eating crab.
Alan's a crab buffet. Yeah. I'm a tree. I can't remember what were you, Wes?
I think I was endeared by being tied to something, having crabs or whatever, or other sea life just fucking wants to have at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want my natural naked body jammed in a pod with a fucking seed in my chest, and I want to grow into a beautiful, beautiful elm tree that'll probably catch some illness 30 years in and wilt and die.
The only other alternative being being catapulted off of a moving fucking S10 into the bay, I would accept shoving my corpse into a minor league baseball human body cannon and shooting me into a pool full of hot dogs.
Yeah.
I would accept.
This year, you know what? Like, we could make a fucking cable channel out of this. This could be like a Spike TV show, you know. And the censors would want to be like, no, you can't do that. Sign away your life, literally. Sign a waiver, and then fucking your wish is our command. We'll pay your family some residual fucking fees, okay? And then watch. Yeah, here you go. AA baseball fans, welcome Spokane Midnight Marauders. Here's Larry Johnson's body. Look at him go. Doop.
Flopping through the air.
Can you believe that? The velocity.
God.
And then, some fucking groundskeeper's got to go fish my body out of the fucking SK pool. Like, yeah, baby. Entertainment for days.
It could be equally the most uplifting show or the most hilarious show on earth, because it would have to start with a guy. Boop. I'd want to be boop ground into boop Alpo boop and fed to my dog. Oh fuck!
And then
Jerry, think about
this. You skin that dog and turn it into a fucking rug.
Mm-hmm. For his widow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, but anyway, open whiteboard discussion, folks. What do you want done with your body? Email us at tickleourtummies at gmail.com. Entertain us. We'd like to hear from you. We'd like to read it. All right. Let's expand our minds. Let's get smart.
Here it is. Your fun fact Friday. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Of course, brought to you by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Here's a fact. They are the chiropractors of shin splints. And if you would like some useless knowledge from them, find them on Facebook. Let's get to it. OMG facts. Did you know in the average trick-or-treater's bag, there's around 5,435 calories?
5 G's? I said that was on the average. Okay. I thought that may have been on the low side.
Yeah, I felt like that's low, but that's fair. That's a fair average.
5 G's? Damn.
It's like, you know.
Probably 5,000 calories and probably $5,000 worth of fucking dental work on average.
I don't know. I think that whole sugar thing is a ruse, man. I don't know if it's the sugar that gets you. Just think about like all the shit that sticks to your teeth. Like, is sugar really the thing? Sugar dissolves really quickly in like saliva and water. I feel like that's like, that was, I don't know. I don't know how much science is behind the sugary treats.
So yeah, sugar, the bacteria in your mouth typically eats sugar and then it shits out. It's a lot like alcohol consumption, right? So like yeast eats sugar and shits out booze, right? Which is corrosive and not good for you. It's the same principle. Okay. Yeah, like when you eat a lot of sugar, the bacteria in your mouth eats that sugar and then shits out fucking enzymes and shit that be fucking up your teeth. So yeah, eating lots of sugar is not good for you biologically. But I could feel you on the whole ruse thing in the fucking dental industry. Everything's a conspiracy at this point, so fuck it.
Yeah,
you're right.
Don't just chew it. Don't chew it. Just swallow it. Just gulp.
The Mars family is actually a family of very famous dentists from back in fucking olden days, and they started a chocolate company.
Yeah, they were probably caused the molasses flood in Boston.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But 5,000 calories. That, I mean, again, that seems light. But I'm also thinking about the people who stopped by my house this past week. For trick-or-treating, there were little kids who had, I don't know, a dozen, maybe a dozen and some change in terms of their bag versus, some fucking 11, 12-year-old who's hustling, going up and down, has, can barely drag that fucking pillowcase. Like, trick-or-treat. Here you go, punk. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. next year I think we're gonna have to take a road trip for trick or treating because there ain't nowhere to go around here that can get that boy some real loot.
Take him down to
I'm
Perryville,
gonna have to take him. That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna have to take him down to like your old neighborhood or something like that. Because, I mean, he did fine. He did fine. But, God, man, it's a hike around here, dude. We're talking like half an acre between houses.
Yeah.
And Daddy's getting home from work tired, and it's like, oh boy. All right, we're gonna hit like 8 houses, bud, and we're gonna go back.
And you're just gonna have all the leftovers that we didn't give out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Did you know India has more cell phones than toilets?
That seems reasonable.
That actually does.
India's up to what now? Like 750, 800 million? I mean,
no, India's got 1 billion people. I'm fairly certain.
Is it? I thought they were. I didn't think they had reached the billion.
They've been over 1 billion for a while. I'm fairly
they're second to China, I believe, in world population.
What I was going to get at is the projections.
1.39 billion.
Jesus. So I mean, they're right on China's heels, and they are going to catch them.
Yeah, those two countries are kind of the problem. Not gonna lie. Yeah, 1.4 in China, 1.41. So literally right behind them.
Damn. That's happened over the course of the last, I am about a decade behind. I didn't think India went from, because I remember they were like 750, 800 million. And this would have been around 2012, 2013.
They were, the last time they were under 1 billion, I can tell you in a second, was.
See how wrong I am.
1996.
1996. Wow. Yeah.
1997, they cracked 1 billion.
I remember it like it was yesterday. Wow. 2012 and 1996. So yeah, I was way off. Whatever.
But I will say that since then, China plateaued, right? So China hit 1 billion in 1982. God. And ridiculous. They've gotten to 1.4, right? Fucking India didn't hit 1 billion until 15 years later, and they're right behind them.
I mean, what?
But China put the brakes on. They were like,
China was like, we're throwing these second girls off mountains. Fuck, get those out of here.
We know a taxidermist in Australia.
Yeah, you guys want some rugs, some lampshade? Got you. Yeah, India was just like, fuck it, we don't even eat cows. Let's get to it. And then now babies.
Mm. And more phones and toilets.
Well, they make a lot of phones there, don't they?
Yeah, well, not just that. I actually, after I read the fact, I kind of was like, well, that's not fair. I mean, are there more toilets than phones in America? I mean, everybody's got a cell phone now, but you have... Okay, so in my house, just for example, there's, 2 of us with cell phones. Well, I guess we have 2 toilets, so I guess it's kind of moot. It's kind of a wash. But, eventually, the boy's going to get a cell phone, and then technically we'll have more cell phones in the house than toilets. But do you need 1.4 billion toilets? But you probably need 1.4 billion
I think
cell phones.
Maybe you have a household of 7 in one toilet. Everyone has cell phones. I'm sure that dad's like, fuck. Another toilet would be great around this goddamn place. Just one more.
Oh, more toilet would be great around this shithole.
If we love you,
By
India,
the way,
if you're listening.
If you want to know how pervasive the Indian sexuality is, go to the homemade section of a porn site. They have infiltrated. They've got cell phones. They've got cameras on their cell phones, and they are videotaping the shit out of themselves. And there's so many of them, they are inundating the sites. So if you're into Indian porn, well, guess what? Homemade porn's the place for you. But see, the Chinese though, they're buttoned up, right? They're a little more what do you call it? A little more prudish. They don't want to embarrass themselves with their pornography, so they don't add it to the internet like the Indians do, and the Indians don't care. And you start to realize how dirty that culture can be.
After a night of turmeric and fucking curry, let's get silly. Let's get that's probably it just becomes happenstance and commonplace. Oh, hey, we're gonna have sex tonight. Better film it. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're filming it all. It's like a diary. We're putting our sex life diary on the interweb. I don't even know where it goes. Someone in fucking Maryland's watching it right now.
Someone in Maryland sifting through it all to get to something else. There's nothing else on there.
Average watch time is about 2.5, 3 seconds, like our podcast.
You're not into that curry porn, man?
Yeah. I might have
Sometimes, but man,
They're on old phones. I get it. It's blowy.
they're on old phones. Let's just say the ambiance of the scene, I mean, isn't exactly like
Very concrete room with a twin bed in it.
Mur wants ambiance. Got it. Scenery and lighting.
Look, Mur's a sophisticated gentleman. You gotta dine him and wine him.
It's poorly lit. It's a little me. You know, you would think the colors in the room would pop, but they don't.
Yeah.
You know, they are a darker skinned people, so like when lighting's bad, you know, you're trying to figure out what you're looking at sometimes.
If this doesn't have a couple Frenzels with some gel and some wood paneling, I'm just next. I don't even want anything to do with it.
I like it.
Did you know a block of bone the size of a matchbox can support 9 tons of weight? That's 4 times as much as concrete can support.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what?
That?
I mean, you know,
I didn't know the exact figures, but that's not surprising.
So what, they put it in one of those like pressurized fucking, you know, machines that can fucking break anything. Do things that smash on it and test it that way with a little cube of bone. Yeah, I mean, okay, so that makes me wonder why sometimes, and I'm not talking about, you know, what like someone's wrist breaks under weird circumstances. Did they really get more than $4,000 pounds worth of pressure?
Well, I mean, you're talking. Okay, like concrete is obviously really strong and rigid for like one purpose, and that's pressure down. But you can but again, am I so strong that if I swing a sledgehammer, that I have like how much pressure did I say?
4,000.
Can I really swing 9 tons worth of like force with a sledgehammer? But I can chip concrete.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like a
there's
concrete wall, I could break it over time.
There's some physics equations that may have to be taken into account with that one. I'm just saying, yeah, it's fascinating. I did not know that, but I would like to see that, you know, that experiment take place.
Yeah, you could that probably exists.
Yeah.
Was it a femur?
Oh, femurs are the strongest bone in the body.
I know,
I'm not
I know
sure.
that. What bone was it, or was it just bone?
Just a matchbox cube square size of bone is that strong, which makes me realize that one of America's greatest resources lies only 6 feet under our feet.
Just start getting some bones, yeah? What do you do?
That's right.
Make some arrows out of it? Yeah, get the archers back, right?
What? That's a moose bone. Yeah. So there's a YouTube channel where a guy with a hydraulic press just crushes stuff. There's bone. You can find it. It's very simple.
Well, I've seen stuff where it's like sporting equipment and things like that, and you know they do like a not like a basketball, but they do a helmet, you know, an NFL helmet, shit like that.
The best ones they do for no reason. I don't know the physics behind it. Is like books or playing cards, because for some reason once they get to a certain point, like it just fucking explodes, like boom, like an explosion. I don't know what it is about like the paper or the air pockets that are. I don't know, but like a lot of times they're like, oh, this is gonna be so cool, and it just like mushes and squishes out the sides, like
yeah.
It's
also like
a bullet.
That's like studded wheel that can eat anything. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes they get like a air pressure tank that just can't fit down it. You hear it clinging around, and I'm like, come on, catch, goddamn it.
Yeah, I think with like paper, it's because it's like living cell. It's cellulose, so like when it's basically just cells exploding. If that makes sense, like wood cell, like plant cells.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but it's just fascinating that the most boring thing you can put in there is like the most exciting thing that could happen. Like I watched him put a bullet in there, like a 16 millimeter round. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be badass. And then you just see the tip squish in, and then it goes to, and all of a sudden you just hear like a little. What the fuck was that? All I did was watch you like flatten metal. Like it is no fun. Yeah, they're usually disappointing.
Well, it's just all physics, really. I mean, pressure and displacement. We can get nerdy if you want.
I know, but it's the most exciting things that suck, and it's the least exciting things that are awesome. And I don't need to get into the physics of it.
I don't know, man. If you were like, hey, fucking guy, hydraulic press this grenade, I bet you that'd be pretty interesting.
A live grenade, yeah.
Yeah, but usually, like, again, the powder just kind of goes, pah. But by the time it's crushed it down, it's already made enough air in it that it's cracked it enough to where it just smushes flat. And it just sucks. And it's just clickbait. And fuck that. And I got another fact for you. Did you know the dinosaurs became extinct before the Rockies or the Alps were formed?
What, the Appalachians, you said?
Rockies and Alps.
The Rockies and Alps. They were not a thing.
Wait, can you repeat the whole thing? Sorry.
Dinosaurs were extinct before the formation of the Rockies and the Alps.
Yes. Did know that.
Okay. I wonder if were there other mountain ranges that existed?
So, like, the Appalachians are, like, the oldest mountain range in the world.
Well, good thing
they weren't on the goddamn list.
It wasn't the Appalachians.
Which is, like, why they're reasonably lower in altitude than most other major mountain ranges.
Okay.
Like, the Appalachian Trail actually runs like we know it as running from like the south to fucking like Vermont, right? But like the Appalachian Trail, I believe, continues through Canada. There's pieces of it in like Iceland and Greenland, and there's pieces of it in Europe because that mountain range existed when like it was all Pangea. Gotcha. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. No shit.
Yeah, so like the Appalachians are preposterously old. They're older than pretty much everything on the planet.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
More we stand corrected. We tried to correct him about what he said. And he just steamrolled right through it and made a good point. I mean, and you said all dinosaurs too. When you start also looking at like the historical like time frame of how long dinosaurs were around. I mean, they've been a long round. They were around longer than humans have been around.
Oh yeah, they're around millions of years.
Yeah.
That's why like we get really full of ourselves, like thinking like we're the end all be all.
Dinosaurs did not exist together.
We're one natural disaster away from just like being a footprint in nothing.
Yeah, wasn't there? Did we do a fun fact or a news story where like an overwhelming majority of people, not an overwhelming, but a majority of people thought that dinosaurs only preceded us by like 2,000 years?
Yeah, we talked about something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the creationists, is it the creationists, the ones that believe the world's only 6,000 years old?
Yeah, I believe that is correct.
Well,
yeah. So I think it was them that we were mocking.
We were talking about we were absolutely talking about some religious fundamentalist.
Okay.
100%, because they're the only people that would think something stupid like that.
Extra fun fact, George Washington was not aware of the existence of dinosaurs.
Never. Or did they get that on his deathbed before he wanted to be a rug?
Well, they hadn't discovered dinosaurs yet, right? Or no, they had. They
had not discovered dinosaur fossils yet, at least on a global scale. I'm sure there was some guy studying bones, but they hadn't made the discovery of what that was.
Like, put that shit into perspective. Like, only 200 to 300 years ago, humans didn't even know the motherfuckers existed. Like that was a couple hundred years ago. Right. Nothing happened in a couple hundred years.
And also put it into perspective. Like, not only have we like what we've learned about them, I now have heard that all the shit that we learned through grade school about what they think happened is all kind of that all that shit was wrong. Like the feathers and the birds and the colors and when certain dinosaurs existed in certain areas and time frames of history. It's like, oh, well, the brontosaurus really wasn't a brontosaurus. It was a brachiosaurus. The brachiosaurus had two different type of cousins. It's called the Dilophosaurus and the Nenosaurus and the Hasaurus. Like, shit. That was, 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it is incredible how science has somehow changed in 30 years, Wes.
Yeah, but they were so cocksure of themselves, though. Think about this too, like with Jurassic Park, like the Spielberg movie, right? That was basically based on all we learned about dinosaurs, and at the time was considered like the most accurate depiction ever. And now, like you're saying, you go back and it's like, that ain't right. Those velociraptors should have feathers, and they should be like orange and pink and shit. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, dude, fucking Joe Rogan has a good joke about, like, America. He's like, everybody thinks we're so sophisticated. He's like, America was started, 300 years ago. People live to be 100. America was started 3 people ago. Like, shut the fuck up. We don't know anything yet.
We're getting there. It's trending in the right direction, all right?
Yeah, right. And finally, did you know Castoreum, a.k.a. beaver anal juice, pause here, I know we've talked about beaver anal juice before, is commonly found as a flavor enhancer in raspberry products. Previously, we talked about how vanilla extract was actually beaver anal juice. Apparently, beaver anal juice is the most delicious substance you can squeeze out of an animal's ass.
God. They did. How does this get through FDA approval, huh? How do they figure that out? Like, oh yeah, just get like a small amount. Small amount, little goes a long way, and a little is okay in our book. Get it through. Get it in the grocery stores.
Just staying on the subject of like previous humans. Who was sucking on a beaver's ass a couple thousand years ago? It's like, this is delicious.
Yeah. We got some salt. We got some pepper. We got some beaver anal juice. Whoa. How much? A little bit. Yeah. Oh, can I get a little bit? A fraction of a tablespoon. Go great on the steak.
And you squirt that on this frozen milk I just got out of this cow's udder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be how it happened, right? Like, I mean, it's just human curiosity. People were like, all right, I'm making a beaver rug, guys. Excuse us. I got these little meat balls here. It smells like vanilla. And then somebody threw them in the mouth and was like, it's pretty good. And then the next guy was like, oh, look at this juice coming out. We spray that on some fucking salad. Go. Delicious.
And not
fucking
only
trial and error.
Not only to, like, applaud the person's human curiosity throughout, 2 people ago, and then add on another like handful of people. God knows where this was discovered. Beavers are native here, right? We didn't bring beavers in. They're not invasive, right?
No, they're like Canada,
okay.
Upper cold region.
And beaver is not invasive, right? They are native to North America.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So these were discovered presumably 1600s-ish. So you're talking, but my point is you're applauding human curiosity. Someone was like, yep, eating that. Think about all the bad fucking ones that didn't go right. Like, this ass juice was great. We need to try it all just to figure out which is the best.
That is the Caucasianest shit I've ever. My man was like, assuming beavers were discovered around 1600s, like brown people didn't live in this continent.
You're right.
Previous to that, but I digress. Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, do you think the natives were sucking on fucking ass juice? Maybe that's yes. Where it was learned from.
Yes, 100%.
Wow. So they went.
I mean, I don't know that what it was. Yeah, I don't know that they necessarily learned it from them because, like, who knows? Who knows how that specific piece got? But like, they were 100% like, hey, white folk, check out these beaver pelts. They're fucking waterproof, and they taste like vanilla for some reason. We don't know why.
I thought maybe I was going to be like a double here, like the whitest shit you ever said. And I apologize. You're right. You called me out on it, and I'm glad you did. But I was going to say that only white people were dumb enough to try that. Like, oh God.
Yeah,
The
well,
food
see,
around
that's
here
a good
sucks.
point. That is a very good point. It's like it's a double-edged sword because like Indians don't waste animals, right? So I'm sure they probably found it. But then again, if they didn't find it, white people were definitely like, "What you got there? What's that? What's that little meaty thing? Give me one of those." And then it all fucking snowballs from there. So it really could go either way.
Okay. Yummy. Fun Fact Friday.
That, my friends, is your delicious Fun Fact Friday.
Moving on to more deliciousness, and this is the Before You Go segment coming out of Yahoo Life. Miss Argentina and Miss Puerto Rico reveal they secretly got married. That's right, friends. That's right, folks. That's right. All you listen. Stop searching for fucking point of view / amateur Indian porno. This is where it's at right now. Miss Argentina 2020, Mariana Varela 26, and Miss Puerto Rico 2020, Fabiola Valentina 22 wrote on Instagram that they got married on October 28th after having kept their relationship out of the public eye. Listen, you heard that correctly. Two Miss Universe pageant contestants out of two goddamn beautiful countries. Beautiful. Just I mean, I don't say no more. And their names are beautiful. And they got married. Oh, God.
I watched the video and I wept for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, because it's so beautiful and just like a loving kind of way, a romantic relationship. And then my penis weeped a little bit because I'm like, oh, this is what we all dreamed of. This is almost like, I almost feel like the LGBTQ plus community is going to come out against them because it's like, all right, look, this ain't the norm. This ain't what we are. This ain't how like real lesbian relationships really happen. I mean, I get it, but this ain't it. This is like movie poster. Like if these two had come out like 30 years ago, like we wouldn't be having this conversation about equality. We'd be fucking championing the goddamn cause.
Yeah.
Oh,
this reminds me of the was it the black president from Dave Chappelle? He's like women just gently blowing on each other's titty balls. Yeah, gets me.
Got two gay guys at a barbecue.
Let's get married.
Dog. Let's get married, man. That shit is gross. It's not though.
No, it's not. But I mean, good for them.
Do the screen share if you got it. Just people got to see. Yeah. This is goddamn. Yeah, this is something else, man.
Yeah, like they're both fucking. Oof, good lord. I mean, the Yankee hats really take a couple points off, but either way.
God, I mean, they start an OnlyFans page. Like they retire tomorrow.
That's right. I mean, that short period of time, not very long at all. A couple months. They got.
So envious of the fact that I'm not a lady and I can't just get naked on camera for money.
Yeah. You know what?
I could.
I once got criticized way back, I don't know, about 15 years ago about enjoying lesbian porno. And the criticism was lipstick lesbians. Like, they're not really like that in real life. That they're just doing that for the camera, for money. But like, well, yeah, I guess kind of. But my idea is that they really do like each other and they're getting off on it. And, that's why it's good. That's why it's sexy to me. Here it is. Fuck you. It exists.
Exactly. Bingo.
Yeah.
That's my point. They've ruined it. They've ruined it for all lesbians.
I don't know. Well, congratulations, Miss Argentina, Miss Puerto Rico 2020 contestants. I hope you have a long-lasting, enjoyable relationship. I hope you. Thanksgiving's coming around the corner. I could be thankful for a few more things if you would indulge.
I wonder if one of their beavers tastes like vanilla.
Oh God, you bet.
Oh, buddy, we're raspberry, probably raspberry and vanilla, berries and cream. Ooh. That's a set of scissors right there.
All right, like I said, congratulations. Oh boy, let the Instagram flow. Keep them coming. Yeah, I want to see this marriage blossom. I want to see the happiness happen. I want to see all the extravagant trips you're going to take and all the things you're going to wear to dinner, the beach. and all those things.
Yeah, just really document that honeymoon.
Yeah. And then, yeah, if you make a fleshlight, let us know. All right, Alan, tell the kiddos and all the kidettes and all the former Miss Argentina and Miss Puerto Rico contestants where you can find the middle class holes.
All the potential fucking fantasy OnlyFans international fucking pageant couples, please step forward. Argentina, what was it? Argentina, Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
God, that's
man.
That's probably like a top 10, but there's a couple other fucking like give me a Colombia, Venezuela. They're oh boy. We can get real crazy.
I'm sure you could like split hairs on two like beauty regions of the fucking entire world. Yeah, this isn't exactly like, Miss Azerbaijan, having some love affair with Miss Singapore.
It's not Miss Georgia and fucking
yeah.
Yeah. Nothing against the great state of Georgia or country of Georgia. Either way. Anyway, you can find us. If you want to hear more of this bullshit, fucking check us out on our social media pages. We're at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook and TikTok. And of course, for your listening pleasures, you can check us out on Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Ooh, almost fucked that one up. And our favorite mode of communication, please email us at tickleourtummies@gmail.com.
That's right.
Can we get an email?
I don't believe so because I got to set the notifications.
Well, do you now? Because I get that shit, and Keith had just basically sent us an email, and he said his description of the pool hall seemed eerily similar to the scene in a movie. Alan, you had been talking about your Route 40 escapades on at your seedy pool halls, and he said, and Route 40 has some sketchy places in Frederick too, because we were talking about how long Route 40 was, and the whole fucking thing is just filled with sketchy establishments. Must be something about that road. Anyway, he said, I enjoyed the show. Can't wait to hear what you guys will be discussing next week.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Keith.
Keith, appreciate it.
Thanks, Keith.
Normally, when I have to set up a somewhat serious goodbye or sign off here in the middle podcast, I have to preface this with the fact that, we do this for entertainment value. We do this for laughs. We do this for anyone who listens on, podcasts or the entirety of the podcast or one of our social media outlets and bits. We hope we bring you, joy and happiness and entertainment to your life, just even if it's for a fleeting moment. Sometimes life's not like that. Sometimes life, shit happens. And right now, a good friend of mine who both of my co-hosts know, and both of my co-hosts would probably consider him to be somewhere between acquaintance and buddy. And he's been on the podcast. He joined the show for the 410s, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. So the story goes about 5 years ago, he had a sudden out of the blue seizure. And turns out he had a very rare form of brain cancer that created a tumor. Okay. And it turns out it was not going to be fatal. He went through 2 rounds of radiation and a round of chemo, got it down to a normal size. Life was good. He had a clean bill of health with the outside of the fact that he had to take some anti-seizure meds and had to get regular checkups and things like that. Earlier this year, same person started to deteriorate a little bit physically, and it turns out that this tumor has pretty much gotten extremely aggressive. It's killed a lot of his motor function, his speech. He's in a 24 care facility. He's not doing well. My point is, and that's not some somber story about a friend of mine, someone we all know, although, it kind of is. My point is that, if you got shit going on in your life that's, small potatoes, let it go. Let it fucking fly. Enjoy your life. Don't fucking carry baggage and bullshit and let these little things get you down. Because I went and saw him this past weekend, and it's extremely difficult to go visit him in person. But I thought about that. I thought about him, and I thought about what I was going to say today. And if you're walking around and you're enjoying your life or trying to enjoy your life and you got something that's just weighing you down, fucking let it go, man. Let it go. You got one shot at this. Enjoy yourselves. Folks, join us next week here on the Middle Class. We appreciate your time.